The second half was beautiful.
Night and day. And
beautiful.
You talk about beautiful. You look at someone like Kevin Huerter. I was just watching him and not watching the ball. I was watching Kevin Huerter and his ability to move without the basketball, his understanding of where to move without the basketball, to be efficient with his movement without being in anyone's way, without crowding things up, is just absolutely incredible. Such a high IQ player. Loved what he brought in that second half. And this is something that you and I had talked about in that last loss for the Kings. We were like, the Kings are missing that. It wasn't even his scoring ability. It's just they're missing him as a threat. And tonight he brought that, especially in the second half.
Well, the Kings definitely set the tone, playing with a different edge in that second half. Yeah, Huerter got going. I want to mention that for sure. I thought they were aggressive on both sides of the ball, getting in the guys. It seemed like the physicality went up a little bit, and then all of a sudden, the Suns lost composure.
Yeah.
Booker picks up a technical foul. There was a transition take foul.
Chris Paul start getting super floppy.
So floppy.
Oh
And,
my
of
God.
course, he gets some calls. Outrageous.
Such bullshit.
He also picked up a technical, too, and it really got things going. Fox had a reverse that was tremendous, 74-70. Then the Suns pick up a transition take foul plus a CP3 technical. So then HB hits a technical, makes a take free throw. It cuts it to 2. It's a 9-0 run, and both teams got in the penalty. Kings got in the penalty at 7:16 of the third quarter. Suns at 7:04.
Wow.
The Kings kept chipping away, and I thought the game really swung because Kevin Huerter started knocking down shots. He started making plays. That guy was everywhere. Obviously, the dribble handoffs, but my favorite play of the game.
Chris Paul with a screen from Landale. Feeds to the left corner now to Landry Shamet. Gets to the elbow and then retreats to three-point range against Huerter. Crosses, drives left. In the air floater, blocked by Huerter. Grabbed by Kevin. Races up the floor on the right wing. Looks over his shoulder. Stops, fires for 3. He's got the bucket. And what a sequence that was. The Kings' last lead was at 20-19. And Kevin Huerter blocked the shot, grabbed the ball, went up the floor, made sure there was nobody on his hip, and nailed the transition triple. Kings lead 79-76.
79-76. All of a sudden, it turns into a 24-3 run, and Huerter was cooking.
Number 10 into the front court at the top of the circle, drops it off to Huerter, in rhythm for 3 more. He's got the triple. Welcome back, Kevin Huerter. Red Velvet's 5th triple of the night. He has 21 points. 14 of the 21 have come here in the huge third quarter where the Kings have scored 43. They lead 99-88.
Big time shit from Kevin Huerter. And we could talk about the scoring. I've seen him knock down threes. I'm not surprised by that. I was surprised by the block and then him pulling up in transition. I'm like, oh.
The confidence was floating.
But for a guy that missed a couple of games, to come out and have that type of impact. By the way, he didn't score in the first quarter. All of his points came in quarters 2 through 4, but then he got the dribble handoff game going with Sabonis. Their chemistry is just so legit. He finished with 29 points, 10 of 18 shooting. He was 6 of 12 from 3. My favorite part, 9 rebounds from Kevin Huerter tonight.
I love that so much. Truly. He has the size and obviously the ability to crash the boards. And to see him fly in there and finish off a defensive possession is just exactly what you want to see from Kevin Huerter. You don't want to just have him out there and expect him to knock down threes or to move without the basketball. You need him to do so much more, especially at times when on the defensive end, he becomes a liability because teams will seek him out and go, let's go against Kevin Huerter. There's times where he can do a pretty decent job and move laterally and get his hands in the passing lane. But when he finishes off a defensive play with a rebound, great job.
He also had 5 assists, Morgan. And a block. How about that from Kevin Huerter on that play? A block and a steal. Hey, Kevin, how'd it feel to be back, man?
Yeah, the crowd is huge. That third quarter was big. It started, we got stops. Allowed us to get out in transition. And, They're set in the air. It just felt like, that first half, the energy just kind of felt weird. Like, that first quarter, a little bit of that second quarter, we were playing their game. We were playing a little too slow. It was a half-court game. Couldn't really get offensively. We couldn't get going. And so we had to pick up the pace, continue to try to move the ball, look for better looks.
How did you feel coming back? Obviously, kind of the results kind of spoke for itself with you, but did you think you would be able to have this type of performance coming back off that injury?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always confident. I felt good, to start the game. It didn't start off great. Just getting back into a rhythm. I think I airballed a layup, early in that either first or second quarter, and just try to stick with it. Domas was talking to me over the course of the game, just continuously trying to stay aggressive, and got hot in that third quarter.
Kevin, first off, what felt better, the block or the transition three on the end of it?
Transition three to kind of seal the deal, for sure.
You already mentioned the crowd a little bit, but when you're going on a run like that and the energy level, the volume's getting to that level, how much of an impact does that have on continuing a run in basketball?
It is. It's huge. You can use the crowd as a weapon, especially when you're on a run like that. The building gets going. Other teams might tighten up. So you try to keep that momentum going, and we did that third. It just felt like it was a continuous run. I'm not sure what the breakdown was, but we went from down 12 to up 10, and a lot of that felt like it all happened at once. So they're huge in that span.
Yeah, the Kings outscored them 45-26 in the third quarter and headed into the fourth quarter with a 101-93 lead. That's one area, Morgan, we talk about with that first half, with how they were playing. It's hard to suck the life out of a Friday night crowd.
Mm-hmm.
There's 18,151 people at the game tonight. According to Mark Jones, the largest crowd ever to see a Sacramento Kings game at Golden One Center. The Kings have to get off to better starts to get this crowd engaged, because you did see the impact. All of a sudden, they're knocking down threes. The Suns are getting frustrated, and the crowd just thrives off the frustration.
Thrives.
Is there anything that gets a Kings fan more than, hey, here's a three, and a technical foul? People start losing their shit a little bit.
Not only, you lose your shit with all of that, right? Just like deflating a team and pissing off Chris Paul. But on top of that, Deuce, I forget what moment it was when even Davion Mitchell took that charge from Devin Booker. Devin Booker trying to back him down and find a way to score in the paint. And Davion Mitchell did a great job of just taking it to the chest and falling back. And you talk about Kings fans loving those moments.
Yep.
That's another one of those big moments that we saw in this game.